Meet Denji, who has his own chainsaw demon that helps him make a living. And he obviously could use the help, because his dead father owes huge sums of money to gangsters. And now the poor guy has to somehow wriggle out of going after his father. He doesn't disdain any methods, from eating cigarettes to selling his own organs. But the most lucrative business is still hunting demons. One day, the bandits invite Denji back to work, because a demon has appeared. But upon arriving at the warehouse, it turned out to be all a trap from a zombie demon who turned the bandits into his slaves. He hated the hunters, so he ordered the zombies to kill our main character, and they set about doing their bidding. Mortally wounded Denji, carrying his little pet in his arms, hoped to escape from the clutches of death and live a normal life. But all his hopes collapsed into a garbage dump along with his bloody body. Some demons can possess the bodies of dead people, and the demon Denji knew how to do that. But he didn't just move into the corpse of his dead master, he gave him his heart, giving him another life. Along with his new life, Denji got a new body. Now he could turn into a demon with arms and head in the form of a chainsaw. With these weapons and abilities, the guy became on par with other demons, even stronger than some. This time he won't back down, but will take the fight to his opponent. At the scene of the massacre, the men in black arrived. But not the ones we all know about. They turned out to be demon hunters who work for the state. They gave Denji a choice, either go with them as a human or die as a demon. Naturally, he chose the former. Their fingers on the coin. You can only speak during the question. After a question is asked by one of the participants, they each have to move the coin to the answer, yes or no. But if the answer is not common, that is, someone answers differently than everyone else, they lose. The questions were very simple and obvious, but for some reason the answers never matched, as if someone had deliberately answered wrong. It turns out that all of the questions were blank, that is, you had to have the person asking the question come up with it themselves. But there are conditions. If you flip a coin to yes, everyone wins, and if you flip a coin to no, your own debt is reduced. Everyone before Yuichi specifically asked simple questions and chose no. Now the choice has to be made by the protagonist. Help others or himself. All of the players' actions are monitored by handlers, with the help of video surveillance. The last question is, will we always be friends? Everyone is tuned in for an answer, when suddenly Yuichi breaks the rule of silence and says the word. At the head of the men in black was a pink-haired girl named Mikima. Let's call her boss for simplicity's sake. So the boss said that from now on, Denji was her pet, like a dog. Despite this status, she treated him well. And as strange as she is, she's a nice girl who pays attention to our hero, something he couldn't even dream of before. And now he is free of debt, he has food and a job, almost a normal life. Denji sets up plans to work with his boss, but there's no way around it. His new colleague is Aki Hayakawa, or just Aki. Not much of a talkative, serious guy with a katana. Who is sufficiently aware of the dangers of his job and doesn't want to make any unnecessary sacrifices by trying to talk Denji into quitting. But our guy doesn't give up that easily, and he makes it clear that he's not going anywhere. They have a rather peculiar way of communicating, and now they have to work together. He and Aki finally went on their first mission together. It was necessary to eliminate a possessed man. A possessed person is a demon who has taken over a human corpse. Denji's first assassination in a government position is something to celebrate. He is in love with the real Mikima, but what is the real Mikima? He has yet to find out. So Denji's goal is to get his boss to love him back. But it's too early for that. In this case, he has to find a partner, not an ordinary one, but a real, live obsessive. Power is an obsessive, hyperactive girl with horns on her head. They decide to stick to the plan after all. But then someone wrote something on one of the cards. It said that Sawagiri is in love with Yuichi and used to date Tenji. Thus Sawagiri advances 5 cells. This all sowed discord between the friends. This time 3 cards ended up with secrets. Sawagiri is still in the lead. Now there was only 1 card with a secret. Yutori went on paid dates with men. So Sawagiri came first, Yutori came second, Yuichi and Shibe came next, and Tenji came last. But whoever reaches the finish line first gets all the debts that the other contestants accumulated during the game. Yutori told Yuichi that she didn't sleep with a man, but only spent time with him for money. She had to do this in order to give money to the school abusers. In return she wasn't bullied. Tenji knows every friend's secrets. He eavesdropped and peeped on them all the time. It was he who drew them into this game for Sawagiri's attention. The game paused for a bit to clarify the relationship. Tenji intends to set everyone up in Savaraji's eyes. It would be time to get back to the game. While Tenji was behind the screen, there was a conflict between the others, based on accusations. The Goggle Man's plan came into motion. Savatari had already had a huge fight with Yutori. The gang split into pairs, Yutori with Yuichi, Sawatari with Tenji, and Shibe, who has a neutral relationship with everyone so far. Round 6. 2 more secrets are revealed. And Tenji still continues to turn Savaraji against everyone, assuring that only he will stay with her until the end. When Savaraji advances further, she gets a special chance. She can uncover the worst secret of anyone involved. This exposes Tenji's ingenious plan to failure. It all depends on who Savaraji chooses. And so she almost reveals to Tenji, as suddenly Shibe makes his nomination. It was revealed that Shibe's father, a public prosecutor, turned out to be a terrible man. Tenji immediately took advantage of this, turning Savaraji, and everyone else, against him. No one was excited about living with 3 people. But it was fun. And now a new task from the boss: you have to kill a flame-haired demon. He's incredibly powerful, and it's every hunter's dream to kill him. Mikima made a deal with Denji. She will fulfill his every wish if he kills this monster. Of course the guy agreed. What else could it be? While the demon was rampaging, it wiped out a huge number of people including Aki's family. It moved so fast that some pieces of its flesh flew off, and if it is collected in a large enough piece, it should return to its master, thus leading the hunters directly to the target. But other demons can also eat a piece of flesh, firearm becoming more powerful. From this it follows that hunters need to kill demons, taking pieces of firearms from them, then combining them together. And so a signal was received that a demon appeared in one of the hotels. There is a suspicion that it ate a piece of firearms. The boss sent their 6 hunters, a ghostly mod, a coward, a serious guy, Aki, a horny, and Denji. Our magnificent 6 wander around the hotel looking for a demon, killing some little guy along the way. They realize that they are literally lost within 4 walls. Everywhere they go, they keep coming back to the 8th floor. They've fallen under the influence of a demonic force that now doesn't know how to get out of the 8th floor. Windows, doors, stairs, everything leads back. What to do? Where is the enemy? How do we get past it? And is it possible to break the vicious circle? After a while, which incidentally stopped there, our guys never moved from the point. In the truest sense of the word. No clue, no sign of a demon, no hope of a way out, nothing at all. Well, while they're looking for a way in, let me tell you about the ghostly one-eyed woman. She's a hunter who made a deal with a demon who ate her eye, and in return she can use his ghostly hand. She's also Aki's longtime partner. They're probably even friends. Just like that, the surprise little demon they killed started to sprawl, turning into a huge pile of something. It also started talking, offering the hunters a contract to trade Denji for the freedom of the others. The cowardly girl was the first to fall for the deal, but Aki and the ghostly one quickly put her down. The harder the hunters try to destroy the demon. When Denji gets into the monster's jaws, he turns into a chainsaw demon and starts hacking at it from the inside. The monster is huge and strong, and our hero is very dodgy and very painful saws. It's not a question of how long Denji will last, but how long the demon can endure. He hurts, but how can he get to his heart to destroy the evil spirits? After 3 days and 3 nights of incessant fighting, Denji finally destroys this demon, thereby freeing the entire team from the horrible hotel and getting a piece of the firearm as a gift, so to speak. In honor of such a happy event, the whole gang decided to get together and chat over drinks. About it to his cousin. He tells about everything to his father, as he couldn't keep silent, and later on his father is found dead. This is how Savaraji took everything from Tenji, and he intends to take revenge on her. Manabu announced the debt, and it was 10,800,000 yen. Yuichi was sure that the amount was different. It turns out that someone lied about his debt. The guys began to suspect Savaraji of lying. But their main goal was to destroy the friends' game. Finally, 3 days passed. The gates have opened, which means it's time for the 3rd game. We learn that at this very moment there is a game of their own between the curators. The winner is the one whose group is victorious. This time the location was a forest. The game is called Friendly Hide and Seek. So, the rules: both teams choose a target, a player who will hide, the rest will be guides. The team that finds the target first wins. Also, hiding can run over to the side of the enemy, thereby losing with 0 debt, dropping it on the previous team. One person went from some team to the third game. And our boys were offered to take her on. She turned out to be Maria. But she is not as simple as she seems, for she was sent by the management. The next day, the boss headed to Kyoto for more support. Suddenly assassins attacked and shot Mikima and her companion. The entire special branch was also attacked. The unsuspecting protagonists are eating in a restaurant and are suddenly accosted by a man. From idle conversation, he pounces on the guys with a gun. Power and Aki react quickly, but not faster than the bullets that hit Denji and the one-eyed man. The attacker turns out to be neither human nor demon, he's like Denji, only he has swords instead of saws. Aki pulls out his weapon, a katana, which takes away years of his life for using his power. It proves to be quite effective. Just 3 strokes and the opponent is defeated. He should have been defeated, but his girlfriend comes in and restores all his strength, ordering him to kill Aki. Before he could even swing his katana, his body was pierced by the villain's sharp blades. No one around him can help, as all the demons are afraid of this girl. All seemed lost. The possessed has escaped, the one-eyed woman is dead, Aki is mortally wounded, Denji is lying with a bullet in his forehead and seems to be dying too. But wait. No! This is the power of the protagonist, of course Denji is alive. This couple wants Denji's heart, but he's not going to give it up that easily. Sawatari, that's the name of this powerful girl, calls for help. Meanwhile, the battle between the Chainsaw Man and the Sword Man continues. But ordinary humans can't handle our guy. What's more, he can't lose to that half-demon either. Or he will, but Denji is cut in half like a sausage before he can even blink. Let's recap the... Well, the important thing is that our foursome is alive and relatively healthy. Aki is having a hard time with the loss of her one-eyed friend. And Denji and Power are still fighting. By the way, those 2 scars from Kyoto are here to train the 4th special section, so I'm just saying. To that end, Mikima decided to introduce Denji and the Horned One to their new mentor, a hunter from the 1st special section. And his training is simple, he hunts a couple of demons, and they hunt him, and so on until they defeat him. While the hunter tortures the poor half-demons, Aki is offered to either end his service or contract with a stronger demon and stay. Of course he takes the second one. Aki and his mentors go down to the dungeon where all the captured demons are held in order to find new weapons there. He is offered one of the most dangerous demons, a demon of... The demon of the future turned out to be a bit of a weird dude. He had to see Aki's future first, which is quite logical from his name, and then he would give out the terms of the contract. The demon saw the gruesome death of his new master and made this offer. For the power given by the future demon, Aki must put it in his right eye. Let's see how our half-men's training is going, and they're doing great. The mentor is still mocking them, but they're making some progress too. Way to go! The 4th special branch has planned an attack on the villains, led by a girl with a sword man. The operation has begun, with the entire building where the villains are sitting surrounded by police and hunters. At the same time, Mikima learns the names of the Yakuza, who are aiding the villains to deal with them by force. The plan is that today, without a plan, we just have to smash the villains. The demons were left to deal with the demons, but today, without a plan, we have to defeat the villains by force. The demons were left in the basement. Of course, he chose to come. There he is met by bandits, who will lead this game of friends. Yuichi faces 3 rounds of physical pain. If he endures the pain, he and Yutori are saved. The point is that Yutori's ordeal will be less painful than Yuichi's, and it will be up to her to choose who bears the pain. Also, Yuichi can't talk, or else both will get hurt. Round 1, Yuichi is chosen. 3 punches. In the next round, Yutori chooses herself. Removing her nails, as it is very painful, Yuichi volunteered to do it himself. In the 3rd round, the rules changed. If Yutori chooses herself, she dances naked. If Yuichi chooses, he gets stabbed 3 times in the arm. As expected, Yuichi came out. That's it, they're free to go. The game that was supposed to break up their relationship has strengthened them even more. Now Yutori sees that Yuichi won't let her get hurt. It's time for revenge. Yuichi suggests that the gang boss play a game of 10 million yen with him. Namely, rock, scissors, paper. But on the small condition that if the bandit loses, he gets his fingers cut off, depending on the piece he rolls. Yuichi has him cornered, from which there is no way out but to agree to the game. And, rock, scissors, paper. Yuichi wins. But the bandit is not used to playing by the rules and decides to stick to the lesson of our hero. as suddenly the organizers of the Game of Friends burst into the building, detaining all the participants. It turns out that it was not a real game, but a fake one, and now they will be punished. But first they have to fulfill a promise. -5 fingers for losing. Or he can choose one of his friends, then whoever he chooses will lose only one finger. Everyone seems to have switched roles here. I wonder if that's how they're going to get out of the game. What about Shibe? He went to jail for faking his father's murder. He needs to be rescued immediately. And the game hasn't been destroyed yet. Our heroes have only won the battle, the war is yet to come.